We know when it comes to West Africa, the document that African countries were made to sign as they attained their quote-unquote independence, the document that's labeled the Pact for the Continuation of Colonization. On one hand, we are giving you your independence, but on the other hand, we want you to sign this document, agreeing to continue to be colonized. And if you choose not to sign this document, in my pocket, I have a gun that has your name.
It's been affected by terrorism.
General, let's talk about countries taking on their own autonomy. You are on African soil, not for the first time, but this would be a good moment to ask about one of the countries that has taken its own autonomy, and that's Burkina Faso. Yeah. Your remarks recently at the Senate seem to suggest that he's diverting, General Traoré, is diverting its 4 billion gold reserves to sustain his military rule rather than for public welfare. These remarks sparked widespread condemnation across the continent. What did you mean by that statement?
Let me speak to Burkina Faso's sovereignty. They maintain their sovereignty. They make their decisions how they use their resources. They make their decisions who their resources go to for military support. That's their sovereign right. But my cautionary tale was just from a military perspective. That was a Senate Armed Services Committee asking me a direct question. Burkina Faso, a lot of great things going on to progress them forward, okay? But then when you look at the military part of it, knowing that that's the epicenter of global terrorism, it was my time to illuminate that this is probably their weakest point, and there needs to be sufficient resources going towards for the whole fight of terrorism in that country. Period. They make their decisions, though. That's their sovereignty, their sovereign right to make their decisions, what is appropriate, what's not. But I wanted to illuminate that it's going in the wrong direction now. ISIS is getting stronger. JNIM is getting stronger. Al-Qaeda in the lands of the Maghreb is getting stronger in that country.
And do you think it's getting stronger after General Traoré took over?
It has. Just look at the numbers of attacks. It really has, since 2022. I've been tracking this since I took command. So, no ill will towards him, but the decisions is their own. They're looking for other ways to be able to, they're still on warfighting footing. It's just going to take more resources.
So you stand by that statement? Because there's been pressure on you to walk those statements back.
That's my statement. That's my assessment. That is getting worse. More needs to be done for not just local, but whole of country, because of these violent extremist organizations are seeking revenue. They're seeking resources. They're seeking recruiting from the Burkinabe people. And they're seeking refuge within their country. That threatens their sovereignty.
We want the people of Burkina Faso, Burkina Faso, we want the people in the Sahel region, the people who are part of that AES coalition to know that we stand with them. We are willing to fight with them. We are people who are in the belly and the brain of the beast here in the UK. We know these people. We've lived among them now for in excess of, speaking personally, in excess of 50 years. So we know the way they operate, and we're saying enough is enough. We want to see Africa free, liberated. We want to see a united Africa, the United States of Africa. And we are saying to all of these Uncle Tom sellout, wicked Negroes who are masquerading as leadership in Africa to get out of the way. and allow our young people like you, brother, young brothers and sisters like yourself, man, you got so much genius. It's in your DNA. Africa could be head and shoulders above the entire planet, brother, if we would have proper leadership. And Almighty God Allah has given us leadership in Ibrahim Traore as an example of what leadership should look like. And so, you know, we would encourage all of the people of the diaspora, all of the people of the continent, stand up, man, stand up. It's time now, because Almighty God Allah is on our side.
Gaddafi died in honor, fighting for the Libya that he believed in. They would never have won if NATO was not bombing day in and day out. Brother Ali Baghdadi, that is a writer and a great Arab writer, said they bombed Libya back to the Stone Age.
I greet you. I hope that you are doing good, and this is Kenyan Explorer. And before I dive deep in this video, I just want to ask you this question. Do you think that Africa at this point, we as Africans, we still need some organization to come and stand for our issues? Do you think that we need this organization? Because when we, based on this organization, and we do a critical analysis about this organization, you remember the AU, the African Union. The African Union was made to be the organization that can handle the issues of African continent. This was the issue that was aimed to solve the affairs and issues that were consuming Africa. But do you know? But have you ever heard anything anywhere or any day that there are some officers or some missions that has happened by the people from UN, from AU? We have a organization like UN. UN is there, and we have a headquarter in Nairobi, but Kenya has gone under critical issues. Kenya has gone under several issues and crises, but there is no even a single day that we've seen any people or any group coming coming to deliver help and claim and say that they are from UN. So we are asking this question: do we still need this organization so that they can be there to stand for the African issues or for the African matters? Just tell me the comment section. Do you think it is possible? It is a must. So when we have such leaders who, like this General Michael Langley of U.S. Marine, who is the commander of AFRICOM, the AFRICOM, that is the U.S. AFRICOM, he is there he is there assigned to deal with the issues and affairs that affects Africa concerning the security issues. But this guy, as he was talking and putting across his statements, he was saying that there are many rebel groups that are arising in Burkina Faso. There are many groups like Al Qaeda and the ISIS and all those groups that are arising in Burkina Faso and every day. And that journalist, that lady, asked him very well, clearly, that do you think these groups has come to arise at a high speed after Ibrahim Traore came to power or before? And he clearly said that this is happening after Traore took over the power. But we as Africans, what we know is that Burkina Faso has been under a crisis for a very long time, even before this guy came to power. Burkina Faso has been going under the problems, even during the time of Thomas Sankara. That is many years ago. This country has never been in a peaceful status. The citizens of this country has never enjoyed peaceful and full freedom from this country, because since the French has been dominating this country, and they are the one who have been doing and taking over of everything. They are the one who have been controlling everything in this country. So whenever we see the leader in this country, he was just there as the picture, But everything and final commands was being held or issued by the French government. So when this guy can come out and say that all these problems that are arising in Burkina Faso and is increasing each and every day after the takeover of Ibrahim Traore, what does this mean? He gives example of countries like Libya and Sudan. At how long we have been hearing the issues and the crises and the problems and different reports from these countries: Congo, Burkina Faso, Congo, Sudan, Libya. You can, when you go today in Libya, you cannot compare the life. You cannot compare the life of Libya during the time of Muammar Gaddafi and at this time. There is a very different gap. Because during that time of Muammar Gaddafi, the one who was killed, being accused of a leader of terrorism, of terrorists, the one who was accused of owning a destructive weapons, Libya has come to a condition that the people are fighting to survive. The people are struggling to survive. During that time, the leaders, the citizens of Libya were just enjoying the good leadership of that guy. Because when you take take example of the kind of things like the basic things like education, health systems, the roads, and all that security issues, the citizens were enjoying it and were consuming it freely. But now, since they assassinated this guy and installed their puppet there so that they can come and control dominating that country, so that is what they want. That is what they want from each and every country of Africa. So we as African, let's assume today that we form an organization that we call it AMERICOM, so that the Africans are the one who are going there to dominate and deal with the issues of America. Do you feel like it can make sense? Of course, it can't make sense. So why now they have to force so that they form their alliances and come to introduce in Kenya, in Africa, so that they come and install in African countries? And whenever the citizens or the people, the leaders of Africa are against these things, then it becomes a problem. So they are introducing to us some things and they force us to do it, whether we like it or not. This is not what we want. This is not what we want. So this video reminded me a clip of Dr. Arikana Chikombori when he was saying that
we know when it comes to West Africa, the document that African countries were made to sign as they attained their quote-unquote independence, the document that's labeled the Pact for the Continuation of Colonization. On one hand, we are giving you your independence, but on the other hand, we want you to sign this document, agreeing to continue to be colonized. And if you choose not to sign this document, in my pocket, I have a gun that has your name.
And that is what is still happening in Africa today. African countries were given freedom, were given independence, but this freedom and independence is not being active in African continent. And that's why you are seeing these people are coming each and every day. They force things to do with Africans. Whenever they wake up and think of doing anything from Africa, they had to do it, whether Africans agree or disagree. That is why we as Africans at this point we are saying that enough is enough, and that's why you are seeing today Africans are very harsh and going against everything that comes out from the foreigners. So let me focus on this. When this guy came to Kenya, to Africa, he came with his missions. He came with his missions. And now, when he was being interviewed, he was so based on Burkina Faso. And whenever he asked anything concerning Burkina Faso and Ibrahim Traore, he speaks up with a harsh tone. He's very harsh, and he's very very. He looks like someone has been intimidated. So why is this guy forcing issue of Burkina Faso? Why has he not talked about Somalia? Why has he not talked about the Sudan? Why has he not speak about the Uganda? So when the people and the citizens have agreed and say that this is the guy they want, this is the leader, they have accepted the governance and the leadership of such person, why the foreigners come and try to go against the will of the citizens? We as Africans, we believe and we say that the power belongs to the people, and once the power belongs to the people, you cannot come and tell them what to do. You are not the one to come and decide for them. You are not the one to come and choose on who they have to believe in as their leader. For the countries of Africa to be with this decision of withdrawing themselves, like to the organization like ECOWAS, like SADC, like AU, and try to form their own unions or organizations, they have a meaning, and they have a great meaning. And we are trying to send the message that we no longer need your support. We can support ourselves. We can stand by ourselves. You cannot come and force people to do anything, to do something that you want from their country. Citizens with their properties, with their resources, and they have the rights to choose on who to associate with, on who to do business with, but not some people to come and tell us that we are misusing our property, we are misusing our resources, we are misusing everything that we have. They have their own, so they have to be concerned for their own, but not for other people. Tell me what you have in the comment section. Just speak out your concern, and let's discuss about this, because we are doing this just because we love Africa, and we don't want to see at this time people coming to interact and to interfere with the sovereignty and peace of Africa, because this is what we have been fighting for a very long time. So this is the time that people have decided that they want their way. They want to do things by their own. So we are not ready to accept anything that will come against our will. That is why we say that Aluta continua, struggle continues. This is Kenyan Flora. Subscribe for more updates. Turn on notification so that you'll be notified for all updates that comes out concerning Africa, because we need the best for Africa. Stay tuned, and peace out.